Hello there, welcome into the latest edition of the SAU Football Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside Offensive Coordinator Landon Keopple. And Coach, last week we had Defensive Coordinator Josh Lawson on. We got you on here on the offensive side of things, but before we kind of dive into this upcoming week at Ouachita, we'll go ahead and we'll kind of recap a little bit of the season from an offensive standpoint. The team 5-1, receiving votes in the coaches poll for a second straight week, and coming into the year based off of just the last handful of years, offense has kind of been the mainstay of the program. Everybody kind of knows that the offense is going to do their thing. They're going to put up yards, put up points, all of that. And most everybody from the offense last year, which led the league in total offense, came back this year. And so the expectations, or at least maybe everybody assumed it was going to be the same. At the beginning of the year, though, it wasn't quite there. The offense wasn't clicking like it normally does. But the credit to the overall team and even the defense, it didn't result in a handful of losses. The team was still able to win. Offense was able to just keep on doing and winning games late when they needed to where you're sitting 5-1. So go ahead and just talk a little bit about the season offensively, because right now I think your offense is starting to really hit their stride.
We are starting to hit our stride, and we told our guys this offseason, man, y'all have led the league the last 2 years. Who are the opponents going to look at and really study and try to figure out a way to stop, and it's going to be us. Barrett was first team all-conference. We said every defense coordinator is watching film on you this summer and trying to figure out a way to stop you. And it showed early on. A credit to Coach Lawson and our defense, man. They played well all year. Not very many teams can go on the road to Southwest Oklahoma, have 6 turnovers like we did, and find a way to win. Defense has done a great job of keeping us in ball games. And like you said, we've made plays when we needed to, and that's it was a good credit for those guys stepping up and making some plays. We've had a lot of guys coming back. We sure did, but we had some holes. DeAndre Jenkins was a 2-time all-conference running back that we lost, and we had Mike coming back, but behind Mike we had 3 redshirt freshmen that had never played and a true freshman in Keandre Purefoy that has really stepped up for us. So those guys have started to develop, and they've come to work every day, and they've gotten better and better, and you've seen that the last 2 weeks with over 250 yards rushing. A lot of our wideouts were back, but they'd never been starters. Jared Brown's a starter for us this year. He's a 5th-year senior guy, been in the program, but he'd never started. Caught some balls, but it's never been first team, here we go. He's out there, and he showed some nerves early on, but the last few weeks has really come on. So thankful to Coach Lawson and our defense for playing so well. It's allowed us to build up, and right now we've got it going. We've gained some confidence the last 2 weeks. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going.
Through the first 6 weeks of the season, you kind of look at the schedule and you project a little bit, and you can kind of say, okay, this may be a game we could win. This one might be a tough one. Coming out to this point, 5-1, pretty good for what maybe could have been expected this year, but it leads into a really tough portion of the schedule, especially considering games not being played at home. The next 3 coming up, going back to last week at Oklahoma Baptist, this week you're at Ouachita. Not looking too far ahead, but you got Henderson in the Murphy USA Classic. Kind of these 3 weeks, and even going into Southeastern a couple weeks after that, is kind of really the important part of the season. Taking care of business early on to get yourself to that point. What has kind of been the focus in the moment now, particularly offensively?
Well, like you said, we're just trying to get better one day at a time. We're really spending a lot of time on ourselves, of each position getting better. Yeah, we're going to game plan and look at our opponent and find ways to scheme them and make big plays, but we're really focusing on ourselves, getting ourselves better, continue to grow as an offense. Yeah, we had a lot of guys back, but like you said, there's just new guys and new positions. So it's a whole new team. It's a whole new team. We got O-lineman that, Chandler Nance is starting left guard for us. He was on the D-line for us last year, and he's turned over to the O-line and done a great job for us. So it's just gelling as a whole offense. We're taking it one day at a time. But like you said, the meat of our schedule is right now. Ouachita, they're 3-3, but they're a really, really good 3-3 team. Can't take these guys lightly. They're well coached. They play hard. So we're going to have a battle in Arkadelphia Saturday, and then like you said, Henderson State, Southeast. Those next 3 are big, and it's going to play into conference championship, playoff contention, all that. So these next 3 are big for us.
Talking about Ouachita a little bit more, you're playing on the road there. There's a lot of excitement going to be on campus for them this weekend and being homecoming for them and all of that. And you mentioned their record 3-3, but really this conference is so competitive that week in and week out, there could be upsets abound. Earlier on in the year, Oklahoma Baptist beats Arkansas Tech at home, and then obviously the score and result last week for Oklahoma Baptist for you all. And so just kind of talk about that. Maybe what do you want to try to be most consistent with offensively at Ouachita?
No, if we can be balanced, like I said, the last 2 weeks we've rushed for over 200 and we've thrown for close to 300. So if we can maintain that balance in our offense, we got a chance to be really good. And like you said, this league, you got to come to play every week. 2 weeks ago we struggled at home with Southern Nazarene as an 0-5 team, and then UAM went over there and they got beat. So if you don't show up every Saturday, anybody can beat anybody in this league.
We appreciate very much for your time. Again, that's Offensive Coordinator Landon Keopple. And the rest of the Mule Riders going on the road this weekend to Arkadelphia to take on Ouachita Baptist. It's a noon kickoff this Saturday. Be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for all your pre- and post-game coverage. Coach, we appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.